Hey everyone, it's Miss Genevieve, and we are going to talk this week about something that might be on your mind actually, which is courage. And it's appropriate that this lesson is coming on the week of Halloween because it is a time when you might be seeing some spooky, scary things out there, and you might have to use some courage. Courage is not just doing things blindly. Courage is actually pulling on God's resources and God's love to do things that scare you. um, and so we're going to tell a little story about courage and share an affirmation, and hopefully it'll be helpful this week just in case you come across something that's a little scary, and it'll give you an opportunity to practice some courageous actions and beliefs. All right, here's the story. It's called Courageous Corrie. He's so brave, Corrie thought with an envious sigh. She was watching her older brother practice for his skateboard competition, and she could hardly believe her eyes when he flew up in the air and landed on the concrete ramp with a big grin on his face. Corrie's brother had offered to teach her some skateboard tricks, but she'd turned him down. She knew she wasn't brave enough to do anything daring and scary. Corrie was happy to see her cousin Alexandra running down the sidewalk toward her, waving and smiling. Alexandra was coming to Corrie's piano recital, and they were going to get ice cream afterwards. Are you nervous about the recital? Alexandra asked, a bit out of breath from her run. I've been practicing every day. I don't even have to look at the music anymore. And Mom took me over to the hall to practice piano too. So I don't think it'll be too bad. At least I can get some cookie dough ice cream after. Corrie's calm answer impressed Alexandra, who had cried at her last piano recital. As they got in the car, Corrie's mom explained that the piano teacher had called to tell them that the recital was moved because of some plumbing problem in the building. They were meeting the other students in a different place, and everything was going to be fine. So Corrie shouldn't worry. The new place was nothing like the hall where Corrie had practiced. There was red carpet everywhere, and the piano was set up on a high stage. The students had to walk up 6 steps to get up there, and the piano was big, black, shiny, grand, nothing like the warm wood upright that she was used to. When the teacher called her name, his voice echoed in the huge room, and Corrie felt very small. But she held back the prickly tears that were behind her eyes and focused on the music. Later, at the ice cream parlor, Alexandra kept saying, "Wow, you didn't even mess up once. The stage was so huge, and you didn't even get scared at all. Wow." Corrie knew she had actually been really scared during the recital, but she just wanted to have ice cream and forget about it. So when her mom handed her a cone, she was dismayed to see 2 scoops of mint chocolate chip, not the cookie dough flavor she'd been looking forward to. Her parents talking and didn't notice Corrie's problem with the ice cream. She didn't want to be whiny, but she really wanted cookie dough. The ice cream counter was so tall, Corrie could just see the head of the clerk behind it. She walked over and stood there, hoping he would notice her. But feeling too shy to say anything, he looked down and smiled. "Can I help you?" he said kindly. "I think there was a mistake because I got mint chocolate chip and it was supposed to be cookie dough. Could you change it, please?" She spoke softly but politely. "I'm sorry, my mistake. I'll get you cookie dough right away." The clerk made the scoops extra big and handed the cone to Corrie. Alexandra was amazed. She'd never spoken to a store clerk in her whole life. "Wow, you're so brave. Wow," she said, between licks of her orange sherbet ice cream. The girls were playing outside with Corrie's kitchen sunshine later that, oh, kitten, with Corrie's kitten sunshine later that afternoon. The kitten was still pretty small and a little scared of new things. Suddenly, a noisy truck went down the street, and the kitten bolted into the closest hiding place, through a hole under the stairs to the dark space under the front porch of the house. Corrie was horrified and ran inside to get her mom. Her mom brought her cat food and reassured the girls that the kitten would come out. But the kitten was really scared. and didn't even come out for special tuna treats. Her mom crawled under the porch as Corrie and Alexandra waited anxiously. Corrie almost cried at the thought of sunshine in that dark, spooky place. Her big brother didn't even go under the porch. He lost his favorite tennis ball under there once and refused to go find it. Her mom came out looking very dirty and discouraged. Sunshine is too scared to listen to me. I think she only trusts you, Corrie. Corrie didn't hesitate. She knew Sunshine needed her. So she crawled into the dark hole while her mom tried to shine a dim flashlight beam into the shadows. Sunshine, it's me, Corrie called sweetly as she crawled away from the light. Part of her mind noticed the weeds and the damp smell of old wood, the numerous spider webs, and a dusty tennis ball. Two little eyes glowed back in the corner, and Corrie kept going, even though her knees hurt. The kitten suddenly appeared in front of her and crawled under Corrie's shirt, trembling with fear. Her soft fur tickled Corrie's stomach. She held the kitten with one hand and awkwardly crawled backwards towards her mom and cousin. Wow, was all Alexandra could say. Later, Corrie's brother came home from his skateboarding competition. He was proud to report that he came in third place. He looked at Corrie as he said, Mom, Dad, maybe someday Corrie will be brave enough to learn how to skateboard. Corrie said, maybe, and tossed him an old, dusty tennis ball. So, do you think that in this story, Corrie is a brave person? I think so. Very brave many times. Is her brother brave? Why do you think her brother said that Corrie wasn't brave enough? And then, have you ever been brave to help someone else like Corrie did with her kitten? Have you ever helped someone in a situation and been really brave about it? Do you think it takes courage to ask for what you want, like Corrie did in the ice cream parlor? It sure does. I'll just answer for you. It does take courage, I think, to ask for what you want sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. It can be really scary, right? And then, do you think that there are different kinds of courage? You name a few types of courage or places where you have been brave in your life, or places where you want to be more brave. I know that in my life, I try to be as brave as possible. Sometimes it's very, very hard to be brave, especially if we think we have to be brave all by ourselves. But we don't. Because the good thing about knowing that God loves us and God is with us all the time is that we know we're never alone. So anything we do, everywhere we are, any action we have, it's normal to be afraid sometimes. And we have to know that our bravery comes from a higher source, right? God is with us and can help us in any endeavor. So our affirmation this week is, I meet life's challenges with inner strength and courage. Do you want to try saying it with me? I meet life's challenges with inner strength and courage. Oh, let's say it one more time, really get it in our bones. Ready? I meet life's challenges with inner strength and courage. And I invite you to really let that affirmation into your heart. You could even make it much more simple if you want. I am brave. I have courage. These are wonderful, wonderful affirmations. And maybe it's a good time, especially because we're kind of in a spooky Halloween season where we might see some scary stuff. Maybe it's a good time to write down one of those affirmations. Why don't you get a piece of paper and some crayons or markers or your favorite art supplies and write down, I am brave. You can write down the whole affirmation if you want. I meet life's challenges with strength and courage. Or you can just write down, I am brave. I am courageous. And then I want you to decorate a picture for yourself around those words. Maybe drawing things that you're afraid of, or maybe drawing times when you were brave, or things that make you remind you that you're brave, that make you feel brave, and put them all on this picture for yourself. And then maybe you could hang it on the wall so you can see it in the morning, or you can carry it with you, maybe, so that if something happens, you can pull it out and remember, I meet life's challenges with inner strength and courage. I'm brave. I'm courageous. Okay. Many blessings. Thanks for spending this time with me. And I hope you have a very happy Halloween season and a happy fall.